Okay, so we've got some November numbers here that are looking pretty amazing. In other words, we have twice as many pended homes, meaning homes that a buyer and seller have agreed to, than what we have coming on market as far as new inventory. And that is a trend that, well, we're going to see for a little bit, as we call it our seasonal market. So, my name is George Moorhead with Bentley Properties. Make sure you subscribe. This is free. We don't ask you for anything. Don't mail me anything. Here's the best part. Ask all the questions you want. No strings attached. We normally get back to you within about 30 minutes, except for on Sunday. So with that, hit your little bell so you're aware of when you come on. So let's get on with kind of what's happening today. Well, today, Saturday, it's absolutely stunning outside. The sun is coming through. In fact, you can see it on my shirt and on my arm. Might even get a suntan here if I'm not careful. Absolutely glorious day. And funny enough, we already had a bunch of conversations from our clients saying, oh my gosh, George, it's going to be beautiful. And I'm like, I know. We only had 855 homes come on in the last 7 days. Now, funny enough, yesterday it was 750. So that tells me that we had 155 that came on throughout the Northwest MLS. That is from the Canadian border all the way down to the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, Chelan, Leavenworth, Wenatchee, maybe not Leavenworth, Kitsap, things like that. So it's a very big area. And so 155 homes, well, that's a really small number, all things considered. So everybody's going to be out today. There's going to be some open houses. Make sure that you're being safe out there, as I know most of you are. And make sure that you have prepared yourself and have taken a look at some of the extra little things you can do to set yourself apart from other buyers. If you're a seller, hey, listen, there's no, really, there's just no second chance, okay? Make sure that you are spot on, ready to go. I've been working with Andy and his wife, and we're pushing things out a little bit to make sure that they are spot on. Anyway, with that being said, we had 1,638 pended homes versus 855 homes that came on market in the last 7 days. It's a big deal. Now we're starting to see this slowdown. And before we go into all of our numbers, let's talk a little bit about what's trending. Trending means that what is our normal seasonal market? Not necessarily what last year did, but what is our seasonal market? Because we felt our May, June slowdown. We felt our kind of mid-August to mid-September slowdown, which is normal. Kids getting out of school, summer vacations, things like that. And then in July, well, really August, September, we felt that students getting back into school again, last-minute vacations before the season changes, boop, and it picks back up again. And it does until, you betcha, about mid-December, right after Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, for this Thursday. Be safe. Don't eat too much. It's going to probably rain, but yeah, go for a walk when it's not. But anyway, hope you guys have a fabulous Thursday. All the best to you and your family from all of us. And understand this. And when you guys are out and we talk about what's going on with the season, some folks have said, George, oh my gosh, I just got to slow down. I can't buy today. And in fact, I had a great conversation with Michael and Eugene, and I'm like, no, really, it is really the best time to really consider looking at buying a home. You get sellers that are more flexible. You have less competition. Sellers love it because they don't have as many people through their home, and they know that they're only getting serious buyers. So it is a win-win for both sides. So for all of those folks, and what we are telling our clients is, don't slow down. Keep it going. Even Sam and his wife, keep it going. And they're like, yeah, we totally get it. This makes perfect sense. It does. Why? Because mortgage rates are trending in an upward direction right now, as expected. It's not a shocker. They went up a little bit. So our mortgage par pricing today is 3.25 for non-owner occupied, 3.875. But if you pay 1 point, that's 1% of a loan balance. If you have a loan balance of $100,000, 1 point is $1,000. For those of you that have math problems, that's an easy one. Sorry. All right, so 2.99 with 1 point. That's actually gets you below the threes. That's a pretty good deal. That's purchase. Now, Scott had emailed me and said, George, you keep talking about new money, when you talk about rates, and what does that mean? Okay, new money meaning new purchase, a new purchase, new home purchase versus a refinance. Refinance rates typically are a little bit higher than they are for new money. All right. Now that changes. It depends what programs are out there. But understand that typically they like to reward people coming into the market and offer them incentivized rates. Whereas if you do like a cash out refi, well, there's an add-on for a cash out refi, meaning there's a greater risk. So because you're taking equity out of your home, they charge you a higher rate. It's just like there's add-ons if you're buying a condo, because this is single family rates, okay? If you're looking at a condo or a townhome, there's an add-on. If you're looking at an investment property, there's an add-on, okay? And that's why the rates are different. If you're looking at a 5 or a 7-year ARM, there's going to be a different rate because there's less risk. Okay, all of this is 30-year money. If you're going to stay in that property for 30 years, great, that's a good loan to get. If you're not, you should reconsider how much time you're going to spend, and do you look at a 3 or a 5 or a 7 or a 10-year ARM? Just options to consider. All right, let's get on to November. These are some fun numbers because we are still blowing the doors off of last year's numbers, which again were already record setters from last year. So actives, our actives year over year is up 2.7%. Now that's not a big number because, well, as you guys have learned the last 2 weeks in our perspective is that we still have like 1/3 of the homes that we normally used to have. So 2.7% translates to 133 homes. And that is across the Northwest MLS. And that is a big deal. Meaning the size. That's nothing. That's peanuts, all right? But I'm still happy for all the sellers that came on market. Please, please, please keep coming on market because we desperately need you. So new on market, year over year is up 8.4%. Pending, year over year up 7.4%, which is still doing well because, again, we're still up at 13%, which is a little over 10,000 homes closed year to date than we did last year. And again, remember, 2020, that was a crazy year, and we set some amazing records. So now we have this one, which has set even more records. Now, for those naysayers that said that we were going to slow down, and I kept saying, no, we're not, let's take a look over here. So our active, okay, we're up 2.7%. New month, so month over month, or I should say the same month, November of 2020 versus November of 2021. Today's the 20th, so that's up to the 19th, okay? All right. Pending are up 14.5% over last year. That's pretty cool. That actually is, it's a few hundred additional homes, which is actually kind of a big deal when we're just looking at the month itself, all right? Here we look at how many month over month. We are down 0.1%. 5 homes. That's all that is, 5 homes. That's a really small number. So we are still rocking along. So remember, last year, we didn't really see a slowdown. It was pretty steady all year long. So when we take a look at the chart here, you can see, whoop, right there, everything's in opposites. You can see that we were pretty steady the whole time, right? As we came through. This year we saw more of our seasonal, the seasonal trends that we historically have seen. So we saw the slowdown again, the May, June, and the mid-August, September, and we're going to feel it here, all right? But we are still rocking harder than we did last year. Okay, so when we take a look at that, we have our seasonal slowdowns, and our mortgage trends are going to start to have a little bit of an impact. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about what's going to happen in 2022. What's going to happen? What's going to be the forecast? Okay, so far I've been pretty doggone accurate since about 2005 when we started doing all of these. So 2005 through 2007, we really were gauging a lot of things, being a little more conservative, but still we ended up being pretty accurate. About 99% accurate, I guess, 98% accurate, 98.6. Anyway, so as we kind of roll through, so 2022, let's talk a little bit about that. 2022 is going to feel very much like it did this year, 2021. It's going to be very similar. We're not going to see, I don't think we're going to see quite the 1%. It'll be close. I think it'll start to taper off, but 2022 is still going to be a very aggressive market. Rates are going to have a big play in that. We still have just a massive pent-up demand of buyers out there with a very limited inventory. Rates will have an impact naturally, or the supply chain is going to have some impact on new construction and whatnot. 2023, however, this is going to be interesting. Now, mark this. You should put this on your calendar. Go back and listen to the November 20th, video. Just like we did in 2007, we said, okay, so mark this date. Okay, mark this date. In 2023, we're going to not necessarily see a devaluation in our market, but we are going to see a slowdown of our market as we start to see a little bit of a market shift. And it is predicted, and I think that it's going to be a little bit short-lived. I think that 2023, instead of seeing the 12 to 13% appreciation, I think we're going to see 9-10% appreciation somewhere in there. 2024, I think we're going to see probably 6 to 8% appreciation. Our values aren't going to necessarily come down, but our activity level is going to come down. And I'm forecasting that a bunch of people are going to give the doom and gloom, all the horrible things that people think are going to happen. But I'm only, again, talking about our market, not talking about anybody else's, our market. Okay, that is the Puget Sound area market. That's the only one that I ever report on. I don't care what nationally a lot of other markets are doing because it has no relevance to you. All right. If you have any questions, you need to reach out. It's a beautiful day. Go out and be outside. Stop watching this video now. Well, it's over anyway. Go outside. Enjoy this beautiful weather. It's stunning outside. In the meantime, if you have any questions, post it. Again, tell us what you think. Subscribe. Let us know that you liked what you're hearing. And most importantly, share this. Make sure that you're sharing this with somebody that you know is looking at buying or selling, because it's free, and then they get to make the best business decision for their families. Speaking of families, we'll be doing our Seattle Children's Hospital donation to the Strong program. We are firm believers in supporting the opportunity to save a child's life. If you want to participate and also donate with us, reach out to us. We're here for you. Nancy, it was absolutely a blast working with you. And yes, I would look absolutely forward to doing a donation side by side with you guys. In the meantime, have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.